been doing a bunch of little things, and I was in the mood to work on the road, so I started working more on the southern road. Almost the Residence Archives. I am starting to have an itch to go to the archives very soon. And then in my journey, I was like, man, I really need some more translocators. And then there's this one here that we marked forever ago. It was D. I've renamed it to Dragon. That I just had not activated yet. And so I'm kind of hoping that this pops up somewhere up here so we can use it to hop. But we'll see. I've already put the metal pieces in it, the metal parts. So I just need to add the gears. Uh-oh. Okay, up there. Let's just hide. I should probably, while that's calculating, I'm going to close this off a little bit. Look, there's a really cool area. I have not explored that yet. All right, let's go before this guy sees me. Okay. All right, we're not too terribly far. Where are we? Well. Not quite where I wanted to go. So up here is the limestone desert that we found. We're pretty close to the surface. Let's just pop up here and see what's going on. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some meteorite sand. That is something I'm still on the lookout for. Found some small patches of meteorite sand, but like nothing to really write home about. So really, I'm still looking for that. All right, so immediately seeing berries. Now it is, oh, look, trader. It's like it is dark, so maybe we can see the light from a trader, and there's a trader just immediately here. Great. Wow, double door. Ooh. Oh, you're not in a little hole. What's your name? Shift. All right, what do you trade? So I do have, how many gears do I have on me? 3? 7 gears? I kind of do want to buy that from them. But our flax should start producing here soon, so maybe we don't need that. Oh, meteorite gravel, so maybe we can find some meteorite sand. Is there any water? Oh my goodness. Is this a meteorite desert? Man, it'd be really cool if you could like put gravel in the pulverizer or something and turn it into sand. Just see if there's sand underneath. Oh man, this is looking like it's just gravel. And I'm not, well, okay, so there's some water there, but not much. Usually sand is near water. See if this turns into sand at any point. I really should be prospecting, but I really want to find some meteorite sand so we can make some green dab and wattle, so that we can make our main house prettier, because I want to do green dab for that. I'm also not seeing a lot of caves, which is interesting. Usually in the desert, you see a lot of caves. Oh my goodness, we're about to head into this huge forest. Look at this. Oh, this is changing into sandstone. Dang it! Okay. Ugh. So, still on the hunt for meteorite sand. That's unfortunate. Ooh, let's poke around down here, just for funsies. Well, this is a short trip. One piece. See, this is what I'm finding is like a handful of pieces of sand every now and then. It's not, we need a lot. We don't need as much as we need granite sand for the museum, because the house isn't as big as the museum. We still need a good amount. Let's check down here. Ooh, okay. Let's hop in this hole. I don't know, that's pretty steep. I don't know if I want to go down there just right now. All this future firewood, man. Although I think our tree farm's gonna be up and running pretty soon this year. We probably won't have to continue our deforestation. Not having high hopes for Fighting meteorite sand even over here. Yeah. Ugh. Frustrating. Well, that sucks. Well, is this a decent cave? Kind of. Get a little water elevator to get down here. There is a gear. Nothing. Dang. All right. I'm gonna head back, I guess. Nothing really interesting that we found down here. If this was meteorite sand, or at least partially meteorite sand, that would have been a lot more ecstatic. I'm gonna just get rid of this so that I don't run across it and die at some point. Wow, lots of gears though. That's not too bad. Okay, this is... Oh no, we didn't mark the translocator. Fortunately, we marked that trader. Okay. All right, so here's the trader, and then the translocator was pretty close by, and I'm pretty sure I pillared up. Yes, I did. Okay, I am just gonna poke around over here since meteorite is what is underneath the ground here. Maybe we can find some sand along... God, remember just how recently ago we would have killed to find these mushrooms, and now I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Find more mushrooms. Such a fickle game. Yeah, I'm not seeing meteorite sand over here either. Here's some clay though, not blue. I could just walk this way. It would be good to do a little bit of exploring to see if we can find more caves and or translocators. Meteorite. Oh, here's some meteorite sand. Again, it's not much. It's just a little bit. I mean, I'll get what I can take so we can at least start. I love how fast steel is. I am interested to see if they are planning to make something above steel, like quenching, I guess technically is a way to improve your steel, right? But it is a gamble, and it can only improve it so much. It would be interesting to see if they're like a way to make titanium tools or something in the future. Oh wait, what? Hold on. Is this a bunch of meteorite sand over here? Is this meteorite sand? Hold on. We might be in business. No, this is meteorite gravel. This is the most meteorite sand that I've found so far. The other ones have just been small patches around small bodies of water, but this is small patches around several small bodies of water. So I do think we're getting enough to actually start on our house, dab and waddle at this point. I know there's been some talk recently about whether or not an update should be made to change water sources to be non-infinite or something, but like if something's big like this, then the water source could be infinite. I agree with that. And then like the small water sources, like I have like the little one block ones in the kitchen and in the smithing area, like those would go away. So I would want, if that is to be implemented, some way to maybe like dig a well and be able to store larger amounts of water, maybe in like metal barrels or something, instead of just the wooden barrels that only hold 10 liters, which is, it's not much. When you're doing stuff, 10 liters is nothing. Or 50 liters, sorry, it stores 50. So I think that could be a cool idea. I just want a well or a way to store large amounts of water. Or, like, I know they've been trying to do rivers for a while. You could, like, redirect a river to go towards your base and have it make a pond, and then that pond would be infinite water. Does sound like the next update is going to focus a lot on combat, which it's going to be interesting. I'm not saying, oh, I'm so upset they're focusing on combat. It's just not, it's not my cup of tea. I don't mind the current combat system. I am interested to see what they do. It's not the thing I'm most excited about, though. All right, I'm gonna finish off this stack and then start heading back. Okay, this should be enough peridotite sand to get a good bit started. Now, I was going to try to go this way, so I need to go southeast. Ooh. Stony soil. Hard to pass that up. Ooh, I don't know that I've mentioned this in a video, but one of the times that I was exploring the southern area, we're gonna hop in here, I did find sunflower seeds, and so I'm very excited to plant those to see what it's like growing sunflowers. I've never grown sunflowers in this. It does sound like I'm trying to let them fight each other, because it sounds like at least one of them threw something at me and the other one, and hit the other one. Ooh, ooh, yeah, we're gonna get the lead. I don't know if I have lead in limestone rock, so I will mine out one block of this for the museum. We'll just see if it turns out I've already got it, then we can just mine it at base and get the lead out of it. Okay, another theory that I'm interested in testing, and probably going to do a separate video on this. So you can prospect for malachite. Malachite, it looks like it can only be in marbles. There's green marble, pink marble, white marble, or limestone. I'm pretty sure these are just the same. Yeah. So it can only be in marble or limestone, so malachite might be a way to quote-unquote prospect for limestone. There's a chance that you'll hit marble instead of limestone, but at least you'll have something. At least you'll have some kind of direction to go on, and if you do find marble, well then great, you've found marble. That's awesome. Marble's a really cool building block to play around with. Marbles, as far as I can tell, is fairly rare. See, look, there's some malachite here. It's fairly rare, so it's probably a pretty good chance if you're finding readings of malachite that it's in limestone and not in marble. But I need to play around with that. Probably in a creative world, just to make sure the theory checks out before I go around making some wild claims about it. But I do have a theory on that, and I think it's a pretty good theory. I do want to note something that I had never experienced before. At some point, I had gotten salt water in my bucket, and I had placed it in all of these. Was trying to use it in my tannery, and it wasn't working. And I don't know when I got it or how. For the tannery, just stuff didn't work. I had to replace all the water with fresh water. But for the crops, I got an interesting message where it was saying damaged by nearby salt water. And so all I did was I just put, a block of dirt in here, remove the dirt, so that the water would go away, and then I put fresh water in. And then about an in-game day later, they all started to grow normally. So if you are having trouble with the salt water, you can just replace it. If it hasn't killed the crop yet, it seems like you can just replace the water and you'll be fine. Ooh, look, little pink buds starting to form. That's exciting. Yes, so hopefully we'll have some fruit here soon. I wanted to check on this bush. Mature, stayed healthy. There's nothing growing, and it doesn't say how long until something grows on it. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. I have been collecting a bunch of meat because now we can make pies again. Now that I've got some grain, I was able to do a partial harvest of the rye that we were growing in one of the greenhouses, and I should be able to get another partial harvest. Yeah, there's some more in here. And I've already replanted some places with flax. Now, the places where we were growing carrots, we cannot put flax. We'll have to put something else because carrots and flax are both potassium. They both need potassium, which is K. And you can see carrots use a lot of K. The K for this is down to 8.5, whereas the N and the P are both at 50%. So I'll probably plant like spelt or something. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that. I don't care. I know it was still growing. But let's just go ahead and put spelt in there. Yeah, because spelt is an in crop. So it will actually grow a little faster. Its growth speed's at 88%. Now over here I did have turnips. That's why flax is over there, because I didn't have carrots there. I had turnips with in crop. Trying to stay on top of all of the crop rotation. That's going well. And then in here, this is all spelt again, because this was fully filled with carrots. So spelt's growing in there. I'm getting really excited with all of the crop stuff. I do need to run the charcoal pit here soon. So I need to do a big harvest of trees. And then in the museum, I have decided that I do like the display cases on top of the host block. I think it looks really nice. Now, some of these I don't have a host block for. I still need to get host blocks for them. It's just like I found them in ruins and stuff. So I've got the ore, but I don't have the host block. And yeah, look at this silver. Like, look, there's poor, medium, and then bountiful of Pediorite. Look how different. Really like that. I like this small attention to detail, you know? And then over here, I just been putting some shells in the piece of driftwood. I think it would be nice to have a little like sea area, and maybe over here is where we put the all the fish. Like most of this is just gonna be ores, and then we gotta stick the fish in there somewhere. It'll be good. And then somebody in the comments mentioned, hey, maybe skylights in the hallways. And I was like, yes, that's a great idea. So now this hallway does have some skylights. I still want to get a bismuth lantern for here, just to continue lighting it up and to help in the dark. And I do tentatively have an idea for the tower. Not set in stone, but I thought it would be cool to do like Tower of Mordor, right? Just big, dark, ominous, and then very bright at the top, like for the eye of Mordor. I think that would be pretty fun to do. Get to play around with some really dark blocks would be a nice contrast to the nice, bright smithing building. You may have also noticed I have started a windmill on top of the house, and I was able to get the axle to go through the block. You do have to like have a wrench in your offhand in order to get that to happen. It is not currently powerful enough to do much of this unless, yeah, see, look at that. It immediately stopped. Unless the winds are insanely high. So I haven't started actually using it yet, and when I am ready to actually use it, I will move it up a little bit so that we can have hoppers and stuff catching blocks coming out of it. And then also have a hopper and chest feeding it so that we can put a bunch of stuff in that needs to go. I've just got a ton of stuff in my inventory. I need to do a quick cleanup on that. And then I think I'm going to continue. Oh God, look at all these books. I don't know what to do with them. I'm rotting hides at this point. Look at this. Like, I don't have a purpose for them right now. It's crazy. I mean, rotting is a purpose because we do need compost, but I don't have a purpose for them as hives right now. I found a non-ruined chandelier in a ruin. I've always wanted to play with one of these, and I think I need at least one more can. Look at this. I took away all of the light sources in the room. I'm also not holding my lantern. And I mean, it's doing an okay job. Definitely not as bright as the lantern. The lantern, you see how it definitely gets brighter with that. And even with the small lantern. So that's really cool. I wish you could make lanterns. I don't know where I'm going to put it. It's definitely not going to stay there. But we'll see. We'll keep playing around with that. I also did go ahead and finish up the chicken coop mostly. So I now have an access area for the eggs. All 5 eggs. And then I made a little ramp for the chickens to go up and down, and they do use it. It's very cute. I am thinking about like making this a little bit, like chiseling just like this corner out, kind of make it a little bit better. And then I culled some chickens, so we're down to, looks like 5 hens and then 1 rooster, and they're mostly generation 5. There might be 1 6. Yeah, there's 1 gen 6 in here. Yes. That is going really well. I also, they probably ate it already. Yep. I'm also starting to go ahead and feed the pigs again, so we can start getting piglets. I spent a bunch of time harvesting grass, and it looks like they already ate most. It looks like there's still some in there. The sheep already ate most of that. We're still like kind of low on, ooh, I need to go ahead and use this dough. We're still kind of low on grains right now. I'm going to go ahead and use this dough and the meat and then some of these vegetables. Make some more pies because we're out of pies. I know we checked out the goats previously, but also these boars, now that they're, well, not these because these are Gen 2, but this one is Gen 3 and it's not for aggro on me. Very nice. Love that. I did have to kill that's a Gen 3 boar. I did have to kill a second Gen 3 boar, and it did get a little aggro, but I mean, I was in the middle of murdering it, so I get it. Like, I get why it was aggro. And it looks, oh my goodness. All right, so we got some more little goat. Are these, I keep forgetting if they're sheep or if they're goats. Sheep. The flax out here in this outdoor pasture is growing real quick. I am loving how quick this is growing. This is going great. It looks like some of these might need to be re-fertilized. Okay, so you come in here with some more compost to re-fertilize these. I wonder, can you fertilize fruit trees? Let's try. And I do wish you could like have glass trapdoors, so when it's raining and the weather's nice, you could open the greenhouses. I mean, I could just go in there and take it out, take the ceiling out. Let's just get these first, and then we'll test the fruit. I'm also re-fertilizing some that are really low. Like these 2 are at 4%. I'm just gonna go ahead and re-fertilize them so I don't have to come back out here so soon. All right, can we fertilize you? Does not look like we can. Good to know. And it looks like you didn't make it. Those are good. Okay. And I'm still not sure what kind of berries I'm going to put in here. I do want to put something in there. Okay, also, I'm very seriously considering doing either more or making this thing bigger. Oh, look, see, I need to make it a little taller. Because I have gotten a few, like, right now, I need I want 4 more red meat so that I have an even amount to make everything. Oh, good, it's a male, so it's going to come attack me. Here. I want to expand that. Oh, there's my area. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. Where did it go? But I want to expand that because it's nice to be able to have just, it's gonna sound kind of cruel, but some spare meat. The location where I can go and just get some extra. Uh-oh. Hi. You're not the kind of meat that I want. Sorry. Now I need to go out this way. Okay, so yeah, I am going to go ahead and like make that a little taller so that the deer can't back out. And probably make it a little bigger as well. Gonna trap them in there. Might as well have enough room. Ooh! Alright. Ripe in about 20 days, so I guess at the end of next month. Back. I need to make a bunch more. Got him. Alright, this should hopefully get us 4. Oh, thank God. Alright, we're good. We can go make some pies. Found it. Meteorite sand. Look how much. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. This is so great. This is so exciting. Working on the road to the Residence Archives, and we're finally turning towards the archives instead of going straight south. And I decided to come up here because I've got so many rocks. I really need some dirt. So I'm coming up here to try to find some dirt and scout ahead to see what we're going to be digging through. Look at all this sand. So great. Love this. But for now, I'm going to get a bunch of dirt so that I can make more paths so that we can continue the road. We really need to also be looking for a translocator. I found several caves, and I've been cave diving. No translocators yet. Would love to be able to get one that comes down this direction. Because while the road is great, it is a long road. So I'm just gonna gather some more dirt, but very, very happy to have found meteorite sand. I will be able to make our dab for our house with this. I mean, we got some from the little ponds and lakes that we found earlier, but now we've got a bigger area of meteorite sand. It's gonna be great. I think we've found our Resonance Archives mountain. Here. Don't know how deep. I'm finding much of a cave. It's pretty small, and it dead ends. Also, it looks like a lot of animals fell down here to their death. Yeah. Dang. Unfortunately, it seems like there's really much of a cave to this. Wow, look how nice it looks over here. Kind of need to go back base to dump my inventory. I'm starting to get a lot of dirt, which is good because we need dirt for dab and waddle, and my dirt supply is running low. Love to be able to find a translocator so we can bring stuff back, fix it up. Oh, what is this? Maybe just a ruin? Yeah, just a ruin. Another ruin. Ooh, blasting power. Ooh, Jonas part. We're definitely getting this. Ooh, what do we throw away though? Can I make blasting power? Made it from salt, pepper, and sulfur. All right. Okay, starting to get dark. I'm gonna put a little bit more road down and then I'll head back to base. But this is definitely our mountain. Okay, so I haven't gone back to base yet. Decided to just go ahead and start digging through the mountain. Mainly to go ahead and get my pickaxe done. But I got to where the X is. And in my last world, I could like see a circle like above ground. It's like I knew where it was. And I like went up. But I couldn't find... Like, I'm able to mine all these blocks, right? So I've decided to go down, and I did. See down there at the bottom, it says, "I cannot build or destroy here. It's claimed by higher power." So I think it's in the mountains somewhere, somehow. There's got to be a cave, right? I hear it. I don't know if it's coming through, but I hear the whirring. Okay, so my pickaxe broke, so I definitely need to go back now. But, This is gonna be fun to dig around. I still haven't found a translocator down here. This is gonna be fun to explore. Since we are in May again, I just wanted to revisit our first starter house. Here's our little campfire, this torch, where I was stacking sand and then standing here to pan for copper. It was just it was just a little small house just right by this little body of water. I really liked how flat this land was. We almost based down here. I think I was talking about maybe putting our main house up here on this little hill. But then we saw a bigger hill and we saw Blythe. We saw a trader there. I was like, I distinctly remember saying, if this is a treasure trader, we're probably just gonna base up here and include the trader in our base. Blythe was a treasure trader, and so we based up here on the hill. But yeah, we've done all of this in one vintage story year. There's still definitely a lot more to do. I feel like we've done a lot. We've accomplished a lot. We're in the Steel Age. We've got all of our animals breeding. We finally have a lightning rod, so our animals hopefully won't die again. We've got greenhouses. We've got outdoor farms. We've got a tree farm. We got this nice moat that goes all around our base. Cementation furnaces, beehive kiln, bunch of coke ovens. And then the beehives are over there, which I'm still planning to move to this general area. Just haven't done it yet. Nice big smithing building with a helve hammer and our Urkel pit, which we definitely need to make a little bit taller at some point. But we'll get there eventually. We want to try to take a look before it gets too dark. Even though it's raining, I want to take a look from the top. All right, it's hard to see, but here's from above, the base from above. You can do partial. There we go. Just coming down a little bit helps for sure. Still a lot to do. I do think we're getting very close to going to the Resonance Archives, though. I mentioned earlier that I did already have some steel chain. I've got 7 steel chain. I'm getting ready to make a bunch of... I'm out of pickaxes, actually. I lost pickaxes. So I'm about to do a whole bunch of smithing. And then I've got another... Ooh, that's actually ready to pour. More bismuth, so we can make some more bismuth lanterns, because they look super nice. And hopefully with this storm, we'll get some better winds. They're pretty low right now, but hopefully they'll speed up a little bit. And then we can make some steel plates and some bismuth plates. We can easily make more steel chain armor and arrows. We need a lot of arrows. And bismuth lanterns with nails. I do also want to experiment with making some silver lining for the lanterns. We don't have a lot of silver though. I do need to go. We only have 55, so I would like to go silver mine. We can find some more silver, but we also really need to look for translocators around here. I would love to find one down somewhere in here that links up, you know, somewhere over here, just to make it a little easier to jump. The road's great. I love the road. I don't feel bad about making the road at all. It's just, it would just make things so much easier if we could hop down there. Oh, I did also find some glasses. I take that off, you know. So I put some glasses on because I do wear glasses. Looking spiffy in those glasses. I like scrolling through all the things that you're holding. Look how big that shovel is, man. It's huge. It's bigger than me. Anyway, let's get to smithing.